Well, what if you wanted to push the stats of your ship even further? That's what Mutaplasmids are for in EVE Online. So if you want the best EVE guides, you came to the right place. Ladies and gentlemen, Loru here, digital advertiser, content creator, and EVE enjoyer for the better part of 10 years now. And we're going to be talking about how to use Mutaplasmids, how to reprocess some of the recent changes that have happened with them, and what you can do to push your damage, your stuff even higher. Let me start with this though. It needs to be said, do not gamble, you will lose. Mutaplasmids at their core are literally gambling. You are taking something that might give you a plus in stats and might have you have terrible rolls and might brick your modules. We will be doing some of these rolls for this video to show you what is capable. So here's how this goes. Let's say we have a gravid entropic radiation sink. Okay, and what we're going to do is I'm going to take one of my radiation sinks here. Let's take one of my entropic. Let's take the, we'll not use the Zorias today. We're going to take a Velas. We're going to take a Velas. And let's say I wanted more stats out of this radiation sink. Well, I could take a gravid entropic, and we're going to show you how to find these in the market as well. So hold, I'm going to show you what it is first. Let's say I wanted to get better stats out of this. How these work is I could have this Velas entropic sink be easier to fit with better CPU. I could make it have more damage and more rate of fire. How this works is a couple ways. The base item determines the minimum and maximum stat of the Mutaplasmid. So you can see here that the compact entropic only has a rate of fire bonus of 5%. The Tech 1 is 4%, the Tech 2 is 6%, the Velas is 7%. So the higher the rate of fire bonus on the base item, the potential maximum of the rolled thing can be even higher. So the bigger it is, the lower it is, the lower it is. That's the simple fact of rolling mutas. Okay, so what this means is that you want to roll things that you can do consistently, because since you will lose when you gamble, and you definitely will, and this is gambling, you want to do it as often as you can. So don't use big ones. We specifically have been showing this off a lot on our recent Triglavian Abyss videos because the Velas entropic sink goes for $1 billion-esque. Okay, 1.2 billion. Ugh, it went up in price. What happened? This went up in price versus the Tech 2s only go for 3 million. So you could do 100 of these gambles with the Tech 2 entropics and still not spend 2 billion-esque. That's why this matters. You can use it to push your stats forward. You can also use it to make your bigger modules bigger. So when I click this mutate, you're going to see that this goes. This was a bit of a bricked roll and is not a very good roll because the CPU we don't care about as much. The damage modifier went down 1/3%. The rate of fire did get almost maxed out. So this is a solid like tier 2, tier 3 roll. It's not great because we didn't get plus on the damage modifier as well. So what I like to do is I have some folders right here, okay? We use the large standard containers. Let me do right click here. We use the secure containers and we name them Mutas 1, Mutas 2, bad, TBD, because I want to be able to keep track of stuff. We're going to put this into 2 because I might use it later. I might not. We'll just see about it. We got 26 entropic sinks. Let's do some other rolls just to be able to show you how this stuff goes. So when you do these rolls, you're probably not going to get the right one right off the bat. So you want to do something you can afford. And again, we're going to say this whole video, do not gamble, you will lose. Okay, not great, not terrible, a solid mid-tier because the rate of fire bonus was really good, but the rest of it was bad. So if you roll more of these, you can have more access to stuff. So you can see we press this. It's terrible. It's gross. Gross. Ew. I love Shane Gillis. This is a terrible mod. We take this one and we put it into our reprocess folder. It's so terrible, I don't even want to look at it anymore. Let's do a couple more of these. So this rate of fire is the most important stat. This is also bad. We're going to reprocess this. We've done 3 of these and they're literally, see what I'm saying? You will lose on gambling. They just keep failing, y'all. Can we get one more for the video, please? Still terrible. We're going to reprocess that one as well. So as you can see, this is bad, but what if you get one really, really good roll? That was good timing, actually. I could kind of feel it coming. This is a good roll. It's a little bit harder to fit. The CPU is increased. but the damage and the rate of fire bonus is up. This is a really good roll. We're going to put that onto our Icky Tursa. That's going to go into our big folder here. So rolling mutas is not everything it seems with other modules. What I mean is, you can see there's 3 things to roll on the Gravid Mutaplasmids. This is not a lot of things to change. This means that a entropic radiation sink is going to be more consistent than other mutas to roll. But a drone, for example, if I come up here to a drone damage control, there's only 2 things to roll. Okay, this is a big one. This is a very large roll that we're about to do right now. Let's do a drone. What's my biggest drone damage control I have here? I don't even have one. Give me a large damage control. You can see this one only rolls 2 of those stats. So you kind of have to pick which one do you want. Let's do these 2 just so I can buy 2 of these, and we'll just roll both of them for you live so we can see if we get a banger or not. Okay, so with only 2 of these, there's more chance that you get what you want, but at the same time, there's literally less chance you get what you want. You have like a 50-50. Like if this damage is below Tech 2 drone damage amps, then we've bricked. So drone Tech 2 damage amps are giving us 20.5% damage. Let's see how we can do this muta right here. So this is a really good roll because we got another almost 3%, even though it's harder to fit. That's fine because we got another 3%. This went up in price as well. We're going to show you how to get the prices too. So let's do one more just to see how this goes. So this one, we didn't increase. This is a really good showcase. We didn't increase the damage. We actually lost DPS, but it's easier to fit. And the damage is still higher than the Tech 2 drone damage module. So these are still decent. So this one is a solid, like, medium tier. Maybe if I have the CPU, we can fit it. This one's good because it gives us another 3% DPS. So that's how you roll them. That's what to do with them after. I like to put them into folders. What if you don't like them? Okay, so these are really good. These have some decent stats on them. You can see here's like 26. Here's a really nice one up to 28%. Very, very good. What if you don't like them? Well, this is the recent change. You can actually reprocess these. So you can see this one I put way down because even though it's better to fit, I don't like any of these. You can reprocess all of your abyssals. You can sell them and use them for crafting. Let me show you what I mean. So let's take all of these. Let's right click it, press reprocess, and you can get mats out of this. Now, you're going to have, it's going to cost you some ISK to do this. Okay. You can also see that there's based on your skill. You can increase the amount of mats you get with the scrap metal reprocessing skill. That's right here. So there's always a deeper rabbit hole with Eve. We're up to 54% instead of 50% because of that. Let's press reprocess. We do get a little bit of mats out of it as well as some new. These are abyssal materials. These are brand new as of 2025 when we're recording this. So if you're like, oh, I've seen these before, you probably haven't. Okay, so this is brand new stuff. So when you reprocess abyssal materials, you're going to see that it's not all created equal. Look, this says drone mutaplasmid residue because we reprocessed drone rolled device. Weapon upgrades because we reprocessed weapon upgrades. What are these for? These are used in the new, as of, again, 2025, glorified various things from the Abyss. These are new patterns that you can get from the Abyss that are better than anything previously. If you're watching this again in the year of our Lord, these are better than the unstables in many, many cases. Okay, these are the top of the top, the cream of the crop. These go for, they're not even on the market. Oh, just kidding. These are for going for 99 million ISK. These are big. These are big. If you can craft these, they go for a lot of ISK. These patterns drop from doing the Abyss. So in order to craft these, you have to both do Abyss and reprocess abyssal rolled items. Why do you think I'm doing this? We're going to include this in our Omega Abyss series. Okay, so this is how you do this. Also, that's true. Sinadan, if you come into a, I can't pronounce this word ever, a Tatara. Tataras are a player-owned station that are going to increase the amount of mats you get from refining and reprocessing. So if you have a player-owned station, you can go into one of those to get more mats out of that. So we talked about what they do. We talked about how to reprocess them and how to craft them, where to get the craftings for. Where the heck do you find these things? Well, they're in the market, okay? And they're in the ships and module modifications right here. And then from there, you can go down to the various things that we have here. And there's a bunch of different stuff here, as always with Eve. Which ones should you do? Let's start with the engineering ones because cat batteries are pretty great. Let's go with medium cat batteries. So there's a lot of different named cat batteries here. We got glorifieds. Actually, let's go to one that's a little bit easier to say. Let's go for webs. I think web sounds good. Yeah. So we've got decayed webs, glorified webs, gravid unstables. What's the difference? Decayeds are the cheapest and will give you the least amount of roll. They'll give you the tightest roll. They're very, very cheap. Okay. This is only 300,000 ISK. It's basically not worth it. Okay. Gravids are the mid tier, a little bit more expensive, 3 million, and give a better roll position. Unstables are the most expensive, and they're 126 million ISK for just one roll. One button click is 126 million ISK, and these give the highest, variance and biggest roll chance. You're also going to see the glorifieds in here. Okay, so we've got decayed, gravid, unstable. Then we've got glorified, decayed, glorified, gravid, glorified, unstable. These follow the same decayed 1, gravid 2, unstable 3. But these are glorified. What's the difference? These are made from the abyss dropped patterns we just showed you before. Okay, so these are glorifieds are made with reprocessed Mutaplasmid drops. So glorifieds are made from junk piled together. They are more expensive. That said, this goes for 1.4 billion. Because the glorifieds have a higher base roll than the other one. So unstable stasis, 130 million ISK. Glorified unstable, 1.4 billion because optimal range 25%. Unstable has an optimal range of only 20%. Imagine another 5% range on your web. That's bananas, okay? What do I recommend you do with these? Well, if you're a newer player, literally ignore this. Don't gamble. You're gonna lose. Don't do it, baby. It's not worth it. We've shown you some of that today. If you're a mid-tier player and you want to push some stats, I recommend as we just saw in chat, the glorifieds are pretty good. The gravids are pretty good. 3 million ISK to roll an item that you have a bunch of excess of. This could push you up. And think about it like this. You spend let's say you buy a stasis web, 3 million ISK. You roll a Kaldari Navy stasis web. One of these is 60 million, okay? And one of these gravids is 3 million. So if you roll, that's 63 million. Let's say you roll 3 of those. That's 180 million ISK. So you could roll 3 items for the cost of 1 unstable roll if you use gravids. So you have to kind of see, do you want it cheap? Let me sum up. If you want it cheap, that's decayed. If you want the mid-tier, that's gravid. If you want the big expensive, that's unstable. The higher up the chain, the better. Let's talk about this last thing here. I'm going to show you what we mean. At the end of this video, well, chat, I'm going to show you not to gamble because you will lose. There's 21 of them here. Let me click these and show you how to use these. And while we click them, let's talk about where you can get these from. These Mutaplasmid rollers are typically dropped from the Abyss. When you've seen me do Abyss guides with Dink, when you've seen me do our Abyss stuff with our Solo, our Alpha, our Omegas, when you get one of these drops, it can be, that was gross. It can be that this makes your entire week with a large Abyss drop. It can also be, nice, that one's really good. It could be also that you get an absolute trash drop and they're not worth any ISK at all. So I wanted to do this at the end of the video while I talk about this to show you that when you're in the Abyss, if you want to get Mutaplasmids for free, go do the Abyss. Go check out our Omega Abyss guide. That is the best place to get these from, is in the Omega Abyss. You can get it in Alpha, but you will more consistently get it in Omega Abyss. That's where to find them. Let's see how these look right now. So here we go. This one is bad. Let me show you the kind of math on this, okay? So this one is literally terrible. So this one is, we're going to put this to, this is straight up like bad. We're going to put this like bad, okay? And these are okay, and these are great. There's really nothing else with Abyss. I wanted to show you this because it's really good to understand how these go when we do this thing. So this one, I could put it under great, but it might just be okay because rate of fire is really good for trigs and the damage modifier, not so much. We're going to put it to the top of okay. This one's bad because while the damage modifier is up there, the rate of fire bonus is really bad. I wanted to include this because I've seen a lot of other Mutaplasmid rolling videos that tell you how to do it, to roll them, but they don't tell you what to do with them after the fact, how to organize them, what's good, what's bad. Hopefully this can show you how to do that. So this one is pretty like, I don't like it. I don't like it that we lose almost 1% damage. That's quite a bit. We can put it to okay. This might even be closer to bad than it is anything else. Rate of fire is near maxed. This one is pretty similar to that. I'm gonna put it back down to okay because rate of fire are doing good. This one is bad. It's not even worth having, not even worth putting it on there. This one's bad because the rate of fire is most important. This one is still bad because rate of fire is most important. Do you see a theme, chat? See a theme? Do you see why woo, buddy, let's go. All right, that dopamine be hitting. That's pretty good, pretty good. Easy to fit, all the other stuff. This one is great because it's hard to fit, but the rate of fire and the damage is near max. Big deal, plus another 1.5%, disgusting, okay? This one's like bad, this one's not great, okay? So, oh God, see it? Terrible. Terrible, dear Lord, another terrible. Okay, that one's pretty great. That one's pretty great. That was the rate of fire is like not great, but it's green across the board. Terrible. Maximum damage roll, terrible rate of fire, and this one actually we could put it to in between because if I'm really like I don't even know. No, it's just bad. Rate of fire is that important to trig mobs, to trig ships. That's how we do it here. So look at this. I'm glad we got to show this to you live because this is the numbers. Okay. Stop. You've been visited by the Stop. You've been visited by the Mutaplasmid. Please, gambling is the best source of dopamine. Please see included project for dopamine activation. I see Warling has given us some more dopamine, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really glad we got to show y'all this because it absolutely is not something you should keep doing. For the video, chat, for the video. Warling has given us a large thing for the video. Let me put these away before we go. We're gonna put this into the reprocessing. We're gonna put this into bad. We're gonna put this into 2. We're gonna put this into 1 for the YouTube video. Warling has just given us a large thing to do. My goodness. For the end of this video, I'm gonna show you why gambling is bad. This is a 2.5 billion item. This is an orange mob. How much is this? This is it's a 10 billion-isk click for the video, for the people. Don't gamble. You will lose, ladies and gentlemen, unless you don't. Let's say about it, not a loss. I accept. Oh my God, Chad, it's 6-9 damage. Wardling, you've done it. For the video, you've given us 2.269 damage. We'd love to see it. A 10 billion-isk click. Going up. Warling, I'm giving that right back to you, brother. I'm giving it right back to you. I cannot, in good conscience, keep that for the video. I'm literally going to give it right back to you. You gave it to us for the hype. I will give it right back to you, brother. Check. We get some 07s for Warling at the end of this Mutaplasmid guide video. Bringing the hype with a 10 billion-isk click. We use it. We give it right back to him. That's the generosity on display. Ladies and gentlemen, it's fun to abyssal roll stuff, as you just saw. But don't gamble because you will lose, okay? We spend some money here and we try to push the content. Only do what you can afford to lose, ladies and gentlemen. All right, don't spend all your money on this. It's not a good idea. But if you want to do abyssal rolls, now you're equipped to do so. Check out our Omega Abyss playlist right here for how to find a lot of these Mutaplasmids. And sub right here for the best Eve guides. Thanks again, Wardling. A big roll for the end of this video. We'll see you in the next one.